Hello students, today we will be going over 4.5, proportionate tables and points. This is page 101 in your green packet. Our objective is I can identify proportionate tables and points. A proportionate table has a common, and the word you want to put in there is unit rate. So go ahead and write that down. Unit rate. We'll go over a little bit more about that later. To find if a table is proportionate, we have 3 steps here. First of all, we find the constant of proportionality. That's a big old word. Proportionality. For each point. If all points have the same unit rate, the table is proportionate. And again, we'll do some examples later. Proportionate. That will help you explain that a little bit more, help you understand it. If number 2 is true, then a unit rate equation exists. Set up the unit rate equation. Okay, how do we figure that out? That will be y equals whatever your unit rate is times x. So whatever your number, your unit rate is, multiplied by x, and that is your unit rate equation. Okay. Next, we're going to go ahead. It says y equals the constant of proportionality times x, or the constant of proportionality is y divided by x. And we'll go on to the next part of that at the bottom and do a couple of examples. Determine if the tables are proportionate. So we're going to take each y and x, and you find it out by saying y divided by x. So we're going to take each y and divide it by x and see what the numbers are. So this 5 divided by 2 is going to be, and it's going to be 5 halves. So again, if you take your handy dandy calculator and you say 5 divided by 2, 2.5. Okay, next we take the y, 10, and we divide that by the x, which is 4, 2.5. Then we take 15 and we divide it by 6, 2.5. Okay, you can pause the video and do the last one. I'm going to keep on going and do number 10. Okay, so again, it's the y divided by the x. So we take -1 divided by -1. I get 1. Again, it's y divided by the x. So it's -1 over 1 equals 1. Then I take the next one, y divided by x, -3 over -2. Okay, now as soon as I see that's different, this was 1, and this one was 1.5, I can say that it is not proportionate. So then I write no. And if this one ends up being 2.5, then you write yes on this one, that it's proportionate. And then you write the equation, y equals, your unit rate is going to be 2.5, and then multiplied by x. There's your unit rate equation for this table. This one will not have a unit rate equation because we have different unit rates and it's not proportionate. Okay, let's go on to page 102. A coordinate pair is always written as, and this should just be review, parentheses, x, comma, y, parentheses. When given a point and asked to find the constant of proportionality or unit rate, what do? Divide y by x. And that means put y in your calculator first, divide x. That's kind of a weird looking y. Let's try that one again. That's not the best either, but anyway. Now to find out if the 2 points are proportionate, find the unit rate of the 2 points. If the unit rates are the same, then the points are proportionate. If the points are proportionate, then a unit rate equation exists. Set up the unit rate equation as we did on the other one. So write in the word equation. And do you remember what goes in the unit rate equation? Y equals whatever your unit rate is times what? Times by x. Okay. So the next part, I'm going to go ahead and review graphing, which I will probably have you do most of these. Just remember our x values left or right, y values up or down. And over here, this is if both the first and the second are positive. This one, negative, positive, negative, negative, and this one, positive, negative. Okay, so go ahead and write in A, B, C, D, E, F, G next to your points that you have there, and then go ahead and graph them as one of the letters. So A is 1, 3. So 1, 1, 2, 3, put a point, and I'm going to put A. B is negative 3, negative 4, negative 3, negative 4, right there, there's B. Okay, now go ahead and pause the video and do the rest of them. I'm going to go on to page 103. We're going to practice on page 103. Determine if the points are proportionate. If proportionate, give the unit rate equation. So to find out if a point is proportionate, we're going to take the y. Remember, this is x and this is y. And we go y divided by x. So for that one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 7 divided by 2. 7 divided by 2, 3.5. So we know this one's 3.5. This one, again, you want to take your y, 21 divided by 6. Now, does that equal 3.5? Let's find out. 21 divided by 6. 3.5. Okay, so they both have a unit rate of 3.5, and if they do, we have to write an equation. Y equals, what's your unit rate? 3.5 times x. And we're done. Okay. I'm going to let you do 2 later, and I'm going to go ahead and do number 3. What if we only have 1 point? We know the graph goes through that. Let's find out what the equation would be. We take that. This is x, this is y, and we do y divided by x. So we take 18 divided by 6, and when I simplify that, I know it's a 3. So what's our equation going to be? Y equals 3x. So yes, it's proportionate. If you're only given 1 point, then it's got to be proportionate. You just have to figure out what that is. Okay. Next, a proportionate graph goes through 1 or 4, comma 1. What is the equation? So I'm going to take, this is x, this is y. I take my y divided by the x. Oh, 1/4. So our equation y equals 1/4 x. It's okay to have it as a fraction. Okay? Go ahead and finish page 103 and 104. You can do it, students. You rock.